And Underground Sea to start. Flooded Strand pass from Force of Fill. Co says this is ridiculous. I was promised 4 consecutive matches of Tess. Who wouldn't want to watch that? I think everybody wants to watch that, except for the people that voted in the poll. Actually, a Cute Bunny contributed 600 channel points. Thank you, Cute Bunny. We'll save the other Tess versus Humans match for a future stream. I will mark it.
They could have a drink and draw night called Draw Go. There you go. That'd be so good, right?
Aquina says, Chris, come to Boston and took footage of our weekly 14-man legacy tournaments. I'm down. I want to go to all the cities and record legacy tournaments. Do you want me to come to your city and capture a legacy tournament? Hit up my DMs. I'm not even making a joke. Yeah, so there was a low turnout for this event. Could be a mixture of a couple of different factors. There were a couple of competitive REL events happening simultaneously in the New York area. The COVID numbers are on the rise here in New York City. We just escalated things to a high level. Yeah. Don't take this one event as a barometer on how many legacy players there are in New York, because there are a lot. Yeah, there was also LobsterCon last weekend. That had a bunch of people out of town in Boston. And, yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. You're not going to have a line around the block for legacy events just about anywhere anyway. Doomsday is getting spell pierced here. Looks like it's not getting responded to. Whoops. I'm down to travel and cover events, but obviously there are some costs with that. So that will be a matter of figuring that out before we get anywhere. As this channel grows, I plan to just capture as many legacy events as I can. That's the plan. If you look in the bottom right of your screen, we have a sub goal, we have cheer, we have links down below for our Patreon-like page, Ko-fi, K-O-F-I. You can hit the join button on YouTube. As the channel grows, I'll look for more places to cover. By the way, speaking of places to cover, I know this might be opening up a can of worms. I know people are touchy about this kind of thing. I don't want everybody fighting in the chat. That's not my purpose here. But what does everybody feel about what's going on with SCG and changing the COVID protocols? And what is everybody feeling right now? What is the vibe? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the YouTube comments. If everybody doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm talking about SEG Con. Changed their COVID protocols to no longer require vaccines or negative tests to attend their events. I think that was the announcement. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I was honestly like too bored by the whole thing to read the whole page and a half of press release, but I think that's what's happening.
Yes, nice. Good. Nice.
Good.
MTG Banning says, I feel tired. I do feel tired. I feel tired of the whole thing. Like, no matter, even if they said we're going to be as safe as possible in every possible way, we're going to test people's temperatures, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to have everything be as safe as it could possibly be. I'm still tired. The pandemic has just been so draining. Like, even have to think about it is tiring.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing I could do about that.
I hope I'm not being a bummer. It's just like, I'm just being real.
All right. Yeah, here you go. Damn, that is a 3.
I
Miracle,
will
right?
cast this for
Is it
2
my-
angels.
Oh, didn't find another one. Yeah.
I'm going to
One,
cycle.
two, three. Yeah. I am about to cast it. I'll cast it.
I should be at 17.
I'm gonna. So what? Would they be 4/4s if they came into play?
They're 4/4s, yeah.
I'm gonna
4 flyers.
gonna cycle again.
Sure.
I'm gonna attempt to force Witching Ponder.
Countermonster? I knew that. Terminus on top. It's counter.
-1.
You have 1 card left?
Last turn,
Yes,
second
1 card.
Alright.
I just want to check something. So 2, 3, 4, and the 4 second 5. Yeah.
I'm going to play this and I'll brainstorm.
Yep.
Okay, so Entreat was countered by a Force of Will after a cycled Edge of Autumn found it seems. Or found the blue card to pitch. 1 card left in hand for Doomsday. I guess I feel confused about the whole SEG thing in some way too, because like major arenas holding concerts and all that here in New York City are not requiring vaccines anymore, not requiring negative tests, at least at the venues. I'm not talking about certain events that have a ticket to get into the event might have their own rules, but I guess I just don't really even like. It's tiring to even think about what are we supposed to be doing again? Numbers going up again. It's just so like my brain is just like too exhausted to even think about it. I personally always lean towards being more cautious. I'm gonna avoid being in places with people that are unvaccinated if I can. I'm going to avoid being in places where it's packed and nobody's wearing a mask if I can, etc. Like I'm doing these things that make me feel safe, but the whole thing is still just so tiring. So I'm reading the takes on the Twitters and right now on Twitch chat on both sides, like we should have vaccine mandate. We shouldn't. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And it all just feels like a blur to me. Like I feel overwhelmed with just information and just like different. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Is that weird, chat? Is anybody with me on that? We just don't know what to think anymore. We're just like so over it. MTG Banning with a highlighted take. I just feel tired that there's always a debate and a battle about these things, but Magic Twitter is also tiring too. That's why I just post Japanese foils and pre-modern propaganda. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not that active on Twitter. It seems like I am, but I'm not. I mean, I lurk on there. I read stuff, but I don't really post a lot at all. And I'm with Endy here. I'm with Endy. I have friends that are fully vaccinated and boosted like I am, who caught COVID and it knocked them out for a week and a half. I really can't afford to do that right now. Like even for the upkeep of this channel, I'm going to events every week and recording, and then I stream. I can't be getting sick right now. I apologize if I'm being negative. If it sounds like I'm being negative, it's just like I'm just tired. Looks like Force of Phil got there. MTG Banding says, does Elon Musk consider the 90s MTG account a bot? Are you the reason the deal is going to collapse? New donation from I'm a Young Base God. Hey, Chris, just wanted to show some support. Love everything you do for the community. Thank you, Base God. I appreciate that. Showing love at the exact right time. Thank you, thank you. Blessed by the Base God, everybody. All right. Back to Legacy. I just wanted to know what everybody's feeling because I'm starting to think, like, am I going crazy? Like, am I the only one that just feels completely confused about what the hell we're supposed to be doing? From an emotional standpoint, I know someone's going to drop into the comments and be like, the scientists are saying, okay, I get that. I'm saying emotionally, I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. You take the subway here in New York, people not wearing a mask, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, sorry. Ponder on turn one. Ponder on turn one. I'm getting so off course. Some people are going to be really upset that I'm not providing in-depth analysis, so I got to stay and do my job here. Yeah, it's all getting blurry. Exactly, JH Stock. Like I have to like almost sit and think to myself like, do I even care anymore? I'm making a joke, but it's like, oh.
Sorry? I'm just showing you how to use. Thank you.
Co with a perfect chat here. I'll have you know that Chris is the most prolific Storm commentator in Astoria. It's true, actually. It's actually true. Fluster on the Doomsday. I dig it. I was on Alas. Actually, I'm not talking about it anymore. I was gonna give a personal anecdote, but I just realized the story's mad long. I'm gonna skip it. Forget it.
What's that?
I just had a go into
They call him Chris the Weatherman Benucci. Yeah, they do. They do call me that. Here's Doomsday. Counterbalance trigger reveals Mystic Sanctuary up on top. Fetch and response now. Spell Pierce on Doomsday. That's the second time that's happened. These Spell Pierces up for today for Force of Phil about outstanding. Cycling Street Wraith now. And Doomsday number 2 countered. Well, thanks everybody in chat for sharing your thoughts. I hope I didn't ruin anybody's mood. I was just wondering what everybody thinks because I feel like I'm going crazy. Sometimes. Personal tutor, fetch and response, counterbalance trigger on the stack. Should be easy enough to find a 1. Mystic Sanctuary though, I think we're going to target Fluster. Let's see. Maybe Ponder? Yeah, Ponder. And there's a counter for personal tutor. There's the ponder we knew about. Yeah, spell Pierce to send a message.
I kept a greedy hand, but I was like, I'm a land check. But I drew Mox Diamonds and
Hamster, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
well, no, I drew Mox Diamonds without any lands in it. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's okay. I also think my list, what I've realized is I've taken so many tape pieces, I've lost my engine. Okay. I've taken too many engine cards out of the list, and so I'm fundamentally also broken now. The list is not functioning right.
Alpha, we were going to do this all pre-recorded, but I said
Lock people, so I don't need an engine. I just
we'll do it live. I'll write it. We'll do it live.
But yeah, I think what I was gonna ask is the most list, they're playing Rogue and shit for like no reason, right? They just
So this is live.
haven't tried playing.
But the games are pre-recorded. The games are pre-recorded.
Maybe I'll play a mulch list with some dual lands because they're still playing like Rogue and shit for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't really know a lot about the deck, honestly.
Yeah, I think eight mulch. I saw like someone with a Rogue. I'm like, why just have a Rogue? Just play like a third tiger. And so it started making me think that like maybe people are like, this list is supposed to evolve, but people just don't have the capacity.
Does that have to happen?
I can choose.
You can choose not to.
J.H. Stock says, don't apologize. It's good for staying psychological, healthy to speak about things that concern you. Thank you, J.H. Stock. You are right on that. I can agree. Stay healthy out there, people. Okay, personal tutor happening here. It finds Doomsday, of course.
Alright, so you have 3 black right now.
All right, Doomsday on top of the deck. Looks like Force of Will in hand for Force of Fill. So should be able to stop this Doomsday, I guess. Also has a Flooded Strand, which could find another Mystic Sanctuary and put some relevant instant or sorcery on top. Looks like Ideas Unbound just fired off here.
I haven't been playing it for the last weekend.
Ideas Unbound.
I was playing this list online, and I was like, I'm seeing a lot of Rodovers, the leagues are weird.
Yeah, I guess you let that resolve.
You knew that was there.
Oh, why is this card getting revealed on top? Oh, okay. So the Doomsday was cast, I guess? Interesting.
Discard these 3.
Discards 3 to hand size. And now Force of Fill is going to fire off this intrigue. Okay, so there was a Dark Ritual cast earlier in the turn apparently for Raj. I missed that. MTG Banning says 4 Underground season play. That's a bingo, right? Yes. I'm here. I'm just letting everybody see the graveyard. Those Yu-Gi-Oh cards are 3 angels for Force of Fill.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, but there were just so many situations where like drawing land was drawing a swamp that you were
They look like this now. 2.
All right, fetch down to 2. Gets a Watery Grave. I'm assuming not paying 2 life. All right, that's match. Force of Fill gets there. Force of Fill gets there.